The joint committees in the House of Representatives and the Senate, as well as state houses of assembly, are in Lagos to wrap up work on the amendment of the 1999 Constitution. The governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, who declared the forum open, said there is need to fix the 1999 Constitution before the 2019 elections. He also asked the lawmakers to look into the interests of the states and the federating units. We'll focus on that in just a moment with my guests, Ken Okolobo, as well as Kevin Oduagbo in Abuja. Data feeds are coming through in one place simultaneously on all our social media platforms, channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channels, where you can follow us right now on m.channelstv.com. We've got all our platforms and social media covered. Be part of the show. Tweet at Gimba Umar CTV. Use the hashtag State of the Nation to air your thoughts on the subject. Now, the Supreme Court has declared the Ahmed Makarfi Caretaker Committee of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, as validly constituted. The three-man Supreme Court panel, led by Justice Olabode Rhodes Viver, in the judgment ruled that Senator Ali Modu Sharif ceases to be the party's national chairman and ordered Ahmed Makarfi to take over the leadership of the party. Now, both men have been at loggerheads since May 21st, 2016, when Senator Ali Modu Sharif was reportedly removed at the party's convention held in Port Harcourt. Now, 7 alleged members of a murderous Bado cult accused of bestial killings in the Ikorodu area of Lagos were on Friday docked at an Ebutameta magistrate court. The accused are charged with conspiracy and membership of an unlawful society. They all pleaded not guilty. Each of them was granted bail in the sum of 200,000 naira with 2 sureties in like sum, one of whom must be a blood relation. While this is happening, the Bonla students are in captivity. To this time is 50 days now. Well, it's prime time in Lagos, and this is State of the Nation. Welcome everyone in Nigeria and the rest of the world. I am Gimba Umar and this is State of the Nation. Behind me, data feeds are still coming through in one place simultaneously. You can use all our social media platforms to follow us, be part of the show. Tweet at Gimba Umar CTV and use the hashtag State of the Nation. We begin with breaking news. The joint committee in the Houses of Representatives and the Senate, as well as state houses of assembly, are in Lagos to wrap up work on the amendment of the 1999 Constitution. The governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, is saying that there is an urgent need to fix the 1999 Constitution before the 2019 election. Let's begin from there. Ken Okolobo joins me in our Lagos studio. Much later, we'll have Kevin Oduagbo, who will join us from our Abuja studios. Many thanks indeed for coming on State of the Nation at this time. What do you see coming out of this meeting from our leaders, the legislators that are meeting in Lagos now? They're trying to fix the 1999 Constitution. It is expedient, the governor of Lagos State says. But what does this mean for us?
Well, there are very key points that we have to look at the 1999 Constitution. Remember, they have always tried to pass the independence of the local government councils and the first line charge to the state houses of assemblies. We've always had this problem with the state houses of assemblies because they have always been seen to be more like the lackeys of the governors. And once that first line charge is given to the legislatures, they will be independent of going to the executive to always ask for funds, because there's always a saying that he who pays the piper dictates his tune. And you know, the funny thing is that it has been the state legislators that have always voted against the independence of the state legislatures. So what is happening in Lagos now is an eye-opener. They have seen now that it goes beyond the governors influencing them. They need to get their independence. And especially the local government areas.
Do you think they're going to get it here?
Oh, they have no choice. They have no choice but to get it here. Because all the while that they have always been seen to be a rubber stamp is because they go cap in hand to the governors for funds. By the time they get their funds from the first line charge, I don't think they will do the same thing. Just like the way the Senate and the House of Rep do not go cap in hand to the president or to the Federal Executive Council campaign hand to get funds. That's what I think.
But to what extent will this amendment answer to the restructuring concerns that have been raised across so many regions in the country? Do you think that's very possible, that this amendment will address that question?
Well, first and foremost, we have said that, you see, if you look at what the agitations have been, that we should go back to 1963, which was before the 1966 coup, the regional government. What this amendment is going to do is, first, let us remove the exclusive legislative list. The reason why we cannot control our oil resources and we get 13% of derivation, for example, for those of us from the South, is because of the exclusive legislative list. The reason why the Sokoto man or the Kano man or the Ekiti man or the Anambra man cannot actually harness his natural oil mineral resources in terms of mining is because of the exclusive legislative list. So let us first of all do away with the exclusive legislative list. Once we do away with the exclusive legislative list, we have taken back resource control to the states, and then we can talk about restructuring.
So we're talking about a sense of ownership by Nigerians now, such that it is accepted. It's a working document that is accepted by everyone. You
just summarized this. That's exactly what we're saying. What we are saying here is that let us have a working document that says that if I am from Delta State, if I'm from Ekiti State, if I'm from Kano State, if I have gold, I do not have to wait for the Federal Ministry of Mines and Power before I can actually go into mining and get a foreign partner or actually export my products. Then I'll pay tax to the center. That's what we have always said in terms of restructuring. Restructuring, yes, we are talking about, restructuring can be quite elaborate. We can talk about having the state police. We can talk about having the control of the state prison. We can talk about having control of areas like the state's independent electoral commissions. But the important aspect for us is infrastructural development. One of the reasons that the states are complaining is that they are not allowed to control their resources. If they are allowed to control their resources, they won't have the backlog of salaries that they're owing, and they will be talking about the backlog in infrastructural developments that we're talking about. But let's not also forget that we'll have to first of all reorient the minds of the leaders of those states before we also talk of restructuring.